What if the reason you're hearing this message now is because it was divinely timed just for you? The Pleiadians have been sending transmissions across dimensions for decades, but not everyone has ears to hear. For those over 40, this is the time your soul prepared for, because with age comes clarity, and with clarity comes awakening. Ania Robbins brings you this powerful, soul-shifting message meant to stir your ancient memory. If you've been feeling a call deep within you, a sense that something more is coming, this is not your imagination. This is the beginning of your real journey home. Why the Pleiadians are speaking to you now? It begins in silence, a subtle feeling that something is shifting in the background of your life. You may have brushed it off as a passing thought, a strange dream, or a sudden knowing that doesn't come from logic. The Pleiadians operate beyond linear thought, and they speak to those who are finally ready to feel instead of just think. That's why they are speaking now, because your emotional wisdom is beginning to outshine intellectual doubt. Those over 40 are especially attuned because you've walked through the fire of life, and fire refines. You've lost illusions, endured losses, and questioned everything. This level of soul maturity creates space for higher truths to flow in. Pleiadians know your heart has been broken open just enough to receive what the younger versions of you could not understand. They speak now because you've reached the gate of remembrance. Imagine a lighthouse reaching you after years lost at sea. That's what their message is. A beacon for those who thought it was too late, who believed their purpose had passed them by. But the Pleiadians remind you, your mission is just beginning. Their voice is not external, it's a vibration awakening from within, calling you to remember your soul's assignment. The soul awakening timeline begins after 40. There is a sacred map your soul follows, one hidden beneath time and ordinary life. Most people think awakening is for the young, but in truth, the deeper layers of awakening are only activated after 40. That's when your earthly experience reaches a tipping point, when your spirit says, "Now you're ready." The noise of youthful ambition begins to quiet, and the whispers of your soul grow louder. For those over 40, the body may start showing signs of wear, but the spirit begins to shine brighter. It's not a coincidence. The Pleiadians teach that the energetic body begins to unfold in layers after the age of 40, revealing codes you locked away before birth. These codes can only be accessed once wisdom softens the ego and strengthens the heart. That's why the awakening timeline is not early. It's right on time. This phase isn't a decline. It's your soul's sunrise. Just like how dawn follows the darkest hours, your higher self begins to take the lead now. You may feel urges to change your life, explore new truths, or seek solitude. That's your spirit responding to an ancient agreement. When the time comes, you will awaken to your higher role. And for you, that time is now. You chose this age for a reason. Before you arrived on Earth, you chose your birth date with great precision. You didn't randomly end up in this time, in this age, or in this body. The Pleiadians reveal that every soul contracts their life path with cosmic timing. Being over 40 during Earth's ascension period means you volunteered to hold wisdom, patience, and clarity in a chaotic world that desperately needs it. You see, age isn't a number, it's a frequency. And the frequency of 40 plus is powerful. It carries the essence of reflection, transformation, and mastery. You chose to be part of the generation that would carry ancient light codes forward, even when the world had forgotten them. You came here to restore balance not by force, but by your very presence, your awareness, your choices, your love. This stage of your life is not random. It's the beginning of your divine role. While others may be distracted by outer noise, you are being pulled inward. The Pleiadians call this phase the return of the elder soul. You are stepping into the age where your spiritual memory becomes your guide, and every step you take now creates energetic ripples that impact not just this world, but others as well. Your DNA is holding the Starseed memory. Beneath your physical DNA lies another blueprint, a quantum memory bank known as Lightcoded DNA. It holds the echoes of every lifetime you've lived, including your journeys on other star systems. The Pleiadians tell us that those over 40 are more likely to activate this memory because the soul's frequency matures through experience. This is not science fiction. It's ancient truth wrapped in modern language. Many feel an unexplainable connection to the stars, to galaxies they've never visited in this body. That's your starseed memory beginning to hum. These aren't fantasies. They are downloads, fragments of truth rising through your cells. Sometimes triggered by music, dreams, or sudden déjà vu, these flashes are your inner compass pointing home. Your DNA is not dormant. It's divine technology waiting for your consciousness to switch it on. The Pleiadians often use frequencies, not words, to activate this inner remembering. If you've been feeling surges of emotion, vivid dreams, or strange synchronicities, it's not coincidence. It's contact. They're nudging your cells to wake up. And when that memory stirs, you start to walk differently in this world. Not as a human lost in confusion, but as a soul who remembers their galactic lineage and why they came. The cosmic clock is ticking in your favor. There's a myth that time is working against us, but in the higher realms, time is a spiral, not a straight line. For those over 40, you've now reached the part of the spiral where cosmic timing aligns with your soul's mission. The Pleiadians call this the golden cross point, a moment when the spiritual and physical paths meet with perfect precision. When you feel urgency, a call to act, or pressure to finally do something meaningful, that's not stress. It's alignment. The universe is synchronizing events to support your next steps. You may notice opportunities showing up out of nowhere, or people entering your life at the perfect moment. This isn't magic. It's divine architecture unfolding. And you, dear soul, are the center of that unfolding now. Rather than fear time, embrace it as your ally. Every moment after 40 holds more power than decades before it. Because now, your experience is infused with purpose. You're no longer reacting, you're creating. And the cosmic clock? It's not ticking down. It's ticking with you, in perfect rhythm with your awakening heartbeat. Earth's frequency demands a conscious upgrade. The Earth you were born into is not the Earth you stand on now. Its frequency has changed. The Schumann resonance, the Earth's heartbeat, has shifted, and so must yours. The Pleiadians speak of this energetic rise as a planetary awakening, and only those tuned into their inner voice can align with it. Those over 40 are uniquely positioned to sense this shift because they carry the memory of the old world and the sensitivity to adjust to the new. Have you felt more tired lately, more emotional, more reflective? That's not age, it's frequency friction. Your spirit is recalibrating to match Earth's new vibration. It may feel uncomfortable at first, but the discomfort is sacred. It's the sign that your body and soul are releasing what no longer fits into the upgraded energy grid of this planet. You're not falling apart. You're being spiritually rewired. You don't have to chase this upgrade. It's already happening within you. But your awareness is the key to anchoring it. The more present you are with your breath, your thoughts, your choices, the more your inner system aligns with Gaia's new rhythm. This isn't just about survival. It's about becoming a co-creator with Earth in the great transformation of human consciousness. Pleiadian light codes hidden in your daily life. Not all messages from the Pleiadians come in visions or dreams. In fact, many are encoded directly into your everyday life, waiting to be noticed. These light codes are hidden in symbols, music, moments of synchronicity, and even the quiet space between your thoughts. The Pleiadians weave their frequencies through beauty, art, and seemingly ordinary encounters. You might find yourself drawn to geometric shapes, ancient languages, or even unexplained emotional waves. These are activations designed to stir the sleeping codes within your energy field. When you pause and follow the emotional trail left by a song, a scent, or a memory, you're responding to something ancient, something intentional. The codes are not external. They are triggers to help you remember your own blueprint. The next time you feel awe, peace, or sudden clarity for no reason, don't dismiss it. That is a moment of light code contact. The Pleiadians aren't trying to impress you. They are trying to remind you. Remind you that divinity exists not in grand gestures, but in the sacred rhythm of your ordinary life. And through that rhythm, your soul awakens. Your pineal gland is waking up. Here's why. In ancient texts and hidden teachings, the pineal gland was called the seat of the soul. It's not just a biological part of your brain, it's a quantum antenna. After 40, especially if you faced emotional purging or spiritual curiosity, your pineal gland begins to stir. The Pleiadians call this the crystalline eye because it allows you to see beyond illusion and into essence. Your dreams may become more vivid. Your intuition may sharpen. You may even sense people's intentions before they speak. This is not imagination. It's perception. Your inner vision is turning back on. As calcification melts away through spiritual practices, nature, or intention, your pineal gland becomes a portal. One the Pleiadians use to send downloads directly into your consciousness. This awakening doesn't require effort, it requires stillness. In the silence between thoughts, the gland pulses with quiet knowing. Those over 40 are particularly responsive because wisdom and stillness come easier now. Don't ignore the nudges, the flashes of insight, or the moments of inner light. That's your third eye sensing with higher realms, decoding the message meant just for you. The body over 40 is a spiritual technology. So many people fear aging, but the truth is, your body over 40 is not deteriorating, it's refining. The Pleiadians see the physical vessel not as flesh and bone, but as a multi-dimensional instrument. As you cross into your 40s and beyond, your body becomes more energetically receptive, more finely tuned to the subtle worlds. The aches and changes are not flaws, they are recalibrations. You may notice you need different foods, more rest, or new forms of movement. These shifts are signals. Your body is asking to be aligned with your soul's frequency, not society's routine. When you listen, even small adjustments can cause dramatic awakenings. The Pleiadians often describe the 40-plus body as a sacred instrument learning to play divine music again, if the player listens closely. Instead of resisting change, embrace it as spiritual engineering. Your hands carry ancient codes. Your breath unlocks dormant portals. Your spine, your skin, even your heartbeat, all become tools of ascension. You are not losing youth. You are stepping into mastery. And your body is not your limit. It's your gateway to the stars. Your past lives are whispering through patterns. Have you ever repeated a mistake and wondered why it feels so painfully familiar, as if you were reliving it rather than learning from it? That's not just habit, it's soul memory. The Pleiadians reveal that once we cross a certain threshold of maturity, past life echoes begin to surface more clearly through patterns. These patterns often appear as emotional loops, recurring relationships, or persistent fears. They're not punishments, They are unfinished lessons. For those over 40, these whispers become louder. You've reached a point where your soul trusts that you are strong enough to resolve what once remained incomplete. The same argument you've had for years, the career cycle that keeps repeating, or even the types of people you attract, they are all fragments from earlier soul journeys rising again for healing. Your life is speaking to you in symbols, asking you to remember the unfinished contracts your soul signed long ago. When you begin to listen, everything changes. You stop blaming circumstances and begin tracing the deeper threads. That feeling of déjà vu isn't just mental, it's spiritual. These moments aren't glitches, they are sacred doorways. Through introspection, meditation, or even dreams, past lives show themselves in images, emotions, and sensations. They're not there to haunt you. They're there to liberate you. The Pleiadians encourage you to ask, what is this trying to teach me that I once refused to learn? In that question lies your freedom. When you resolve a past life loop, you don't just heal the present, you rewrite the soul's entire timeline. And that's where real peace begins. Not from escape, but from courageous remembrance. The energy gate of 44. There's something mystically powerful about the number 44. According to Pleiadian wisdom, it represents a spiritual threshold, a moment of energetic gateway opening, especially in the human timeline. If you're near or beyond the age of 44, this message is especially for you. It's not numerology, it's resonance. The number signals activation, a call for alignment with your higher contract. At 44, your soul's energy grid begins to emit a new frequency, often unnoticed by the conscious mind, but very much felt in the heart. You might feel restless, suddenly questioning your job, your beliefs, your relationships. That's not a midlife crisis, it's a midlife awakening. The energy gate of 44 doesn't demand change, it invites truth. Your truth. And it's persistent. This gate opens the potential to bridge your earthly role with your cosmic identity. Many report receiving dreams, angelic signs, or a surge of synchronicities around this age. That's the universe knocking, gently but consistently. The Pleiadians describe this age as the soul's turning point, where choice becomes power. You can either resist and recycle old energies, or step through the gate and embody your divine nature in full awareness. If you're 44 or older, pause. Listen. Observe the subtle nudges. The energy around you is not random. It's instructive. It's designed to awaken parts of you that were dormant for decades. Walk through the gate without fear. On the other side is not more burden, but more purpose. And that purpose is the light you were born to carry. Your soul signed a contract to awaken now. Before birth, your soul sat with guides and teachers, reviewing the life you're living now. Every major moment, every struggle, every joy was chosen with intention. The Pleiadians affirm that awakening is never accidental. You are waking up now not because something went wrong, but because everything is going right. You signed a contract to awaken exactly in this timeline, and that contract is now unfolding. The contract wasn't about perfection. It was about growth. Your hardships were seeds. Your delays were alignments. And every soul you've met along the way has played a role in guiding you toward this very moment. The Pleiadians remind us that when life feels the most chaotic, it often means you're right on schedule. The storm clears the noise, so the signal can finally reach you. After 40, this soul contract becomes louder. You might find yourself reflecting more, wondering why you're really here. That's not existential anxiety. It's soul activation. Your higher self is stepping forward, asking you to remember the dreams you've suppressed, the gifts you've hidden, the love you've denied yourself. It all comes rushing back because your contract includes one final instruction. When the time is right, awaken fully. Honor that promise. You don't need to fix the world. You only need to be the awakened version of yourself. From that state, everything you touch is transformed. The Pleiadians guide you not by force, but by resonance. When you follow your inner contract, you naturally vibrate into alignment with your highest path. And that's where true fulfillment begins. The truth about aging and ascension. Modern society treats aging like a curse, but in the higher realms, it is celebrated. To age is to ascend, not just in years, but in wisdom, frequency, and soul light. The Pleiadians teach that every wrinkle is a vibration, every gray hair a badge of awakening. Your body may feel slower, but your spirit grows faster. And that's not decline, it's divine evolution. Ascension doesn't mean leaving the body. It means embodying more light than ever before, while remaining rooted in this life. And after 40, you have the emotional bandwidth and mental resilience to hold more light than your younger self ever could. That's why ascension often begins later in life, because the spirit needs a steady vessel to anchor truth without ego distortion. What society calls slowing down is actually your soul saying, "Let's go deeper." You stop rushing because you start listening. You begin to notice subtle shifts in energy, mood, and intention. These are not signs of fading, they're signs of refinement. The Pleiadians see you not as older, but as ripened. Ripe with knowledge, ripe with healing, ripe with power. So redefine aging. Let it become your elevation, not your erosion. Your most spiritually potent years are not behind you. They are now. Ascension doesn't require youth, it requires readiness. And right now, you are more ready than ever to hold divine light in a human form. Celebrate your age as the sacred staircase to your soul's highest truth. Embrace your inner healer. There comes a time in every awakened soul's life when the healing must begin, not just for others, but for themselves. The Pleiadians have long reminded humanity that each person holds within them the blueprint of a healer. But only those who've known pain, forgiveness, and reflection can truly access this gift. That's why, for many over 40, the call to become an inner healer arrives like a quiet whisper that grows louder over time. Healing isn't about certifications or rituals. It's about presence. It's about recognizing that your experiences, your heartbreaks, your losses, your comebacks, are medicine for others. But before they can be shared, they must be honored within. The Pleiadians encourage you to speak gently to your past, to send love to the parts of you that once felt unworthy. Because once they are loved, they no longer control you, they guide you. You may feel drawn to energy work, herbal wisdom, journaling, or simply holding space for others. These are signs of your inner healer awakening. It's not always grand or dramatic. Sometimes it's as subtle as listening without judgment or choosing peace in the middle of conflict. The Pleiadian path of healing is not about fixing. It's about holding. Hold in truth, emotion, and light simultaneously. The more you embrace this identity, the more your energy field becomes magnetic. People will sense something in you, a calm, a knowing, a vibration that feels like home. That's not coincidence. That's alignment. The healer you're becoming is not new. They've lived inside you all along, waiting for your spirit to become steady enough to carry their light into the world. How to activate the 5D heart intelligence. Your heart is far more than a muscle. It's a frequency generator, a consciousness center, and a receiver of divine instruction. The Pleiadians refer to the heart as the throne of the 5D self. Unlike the mind, which seeks logic, The heart seeks truth through resonance. After 40, many begin to feel this shift. You stop asking, "What should I do?" and start feeling what aligns with my soul. Activating the heart's intelligence is not about emotion, it's about coherence. When your thoughts, feelings, and actions align with compassion, clarity, and truth, your heart begins to emit a magnetic field that alters your entire reality. This is the 5D vibration in motion. You may experience this through sudden bursts of peace, inspiration, or intuitive clarity that feels deeper than thought. The Pleiadians suggest daily heart tuning, pausing in silence, placing your hand over your chest, and asking your heart what it knows. The answer will rarely be loud, but it will always be pure. This practice connects you to a field beyond fear and ego. It allows the quantum energy of your soul to guide your life choices without resistance or doubt. As this intelligence awakens, you may find you no longer resonate with drama, negativity, or manipulation. That's not disconnection, it's discernment. Your 5D heart begins to filter what enters your energy field. It becomes a sacred gatekeeper, ensuring that only what serves your evolution remains. And through this alignment, you become not just healed, but whole. Signs you are remembering who you truly are. The journey of awakening doesn't begin with a bang. It begins with subtle signs. You may notice certain numbers repeating, like 111 or 444. You may feel more emotional during moon phases or inexplicably drawn to starlight, meditation, or nature. These are not coincidences. The Pleiadians say they are signals, cosmic breadcrumbs leading you back to your original self. Remembering who you truly are doesn't mean rejecting who you've been. It means expanding beyond the identity others gave you. The career titles, the roles, the expectations, they begin to feel too small. You start to sense that there is more to you, something ancient, eternal. That quiet pull is your soul remembering the original light it came from before it entered this human form. As this memory awakens, so does your spiritual confidence. You trust your intuition more. You speak your truth without fear. You choose love even when it's hard. You begin to live not from reaction, but from alignment. The more you walk this path, the more the universe responds with signs, synchronicities, and guidance, proving that you're not making this up. You're remembering what you once forgot. Why you must lead others through this portal. Leadership in this new age doesn't look like the old model. It's not about dominance, control, or titles. It's about energy, presence, and light. The Pleiadians are calling those who have awakened after 40 to quietly, humbly lead others through this planetary shift. Not with force, but with frequency. Your lived wisdom is your torch, and the world needs its glow. You don't need a stage or a spotlight to lead. You lead when you choose peace over chaos. You lead when you hold space for someone in pain. You lead when you live from truth, even when it's hard. These moments ripple out across the collective energy field. One awakened soul can inspire dozens more to awaken simply by existing authentically. Many people under 40 are searching, yearning, feeling lost. And that's where you come in. Your voice, your energy, your story. These are bridges for the next wave of seekers. The Pleiadians remind us that we become teachers not through perfection, but through presence. By showing up fully in your truth, you become a living portal that others naturally walk through. Step into the divine role you were born for. There comes a moment when all the signs, the whispers, and the quiet urgings form a single clear truth. You were born for something sacred. The Pleiadians have watched, waited, and whispered into your soul for decades, knowing that when the time was right, you would awaken to your purpose. That time is now. This isn't a metaphor. It is a direct call to rise into your divine role with courage and trust. This role isn't defined by status or performance. It is defined by vibration. It's about how you show up in your life, how you hold energy, how you walk through the world with quiet power and open presence. You've been through what you've been through not by accident, but as preparation. Every experience was a classroom, every heartbreak a doorway, every victory a reminder. Your divine role is not separate from your humanity, it's built from it. The Pleiadians say your role may not look grand from the outside, but it is vital to Earth's evolution. Whether you are guiding others, healing silently, creating beauty, or holding peace in chaotic places, your presence matters. You are a stabilizer of light, a bridge between worlds, and only you can embody your exact vibration. Without it, the divine puzzle is incomplete. You're not just a piece, you're a key. So take this as confirmation. You are not too late. You are not too broken. You are not too old. You are exactly who and where you need to be. Your soul has been waiting for your yes. Step into your divine role not with pressure, but with grace. The moment you say yes, the universe aligns around you, and in that alignment, miracles unfold.